Now let's get more on a story that's on this show that's been following closely over the last few days, and it's a victory for residents in Farnborough who were fighting plans to house almost 350 asylum seekers in luxury apartments in the town. And the new block of over 100 flats were available for rent at £1,400 per month before it was suddenly taken over by the Home Office. But after an outcry from many locals, the plan has allegedly been paused with immediate effect. And I'm joined now by local resident Gemma Lyons. Gemma, welcome to the show. It's fantastic to have you on GB News. So, Gemma, I wanted to get a local's perspective on this because we hear about the sensation, we hear about the headlines. You live very locally. You're a mum. What is it about this development that concerns you, Gemma?
I think, there's a lot of concerns and there's a lot of worries. I think any group, 300, 350 people strong, sort of dumped in one place from any war-torn country where all they've experienced is violence, is going to be a worry. We don't know who these people are. We don't know what trauma they've got from what they've seen. We don't know if they are, here to sort of embrace our culture. And from what I've seen, living in temporary accommodation myself, I have to say I was really, really quite taken back by actually how many of them were just middle-aged men, probably about 4 or 5 of them in individual single rooms. So I struggle to believe that when they're saying actually these refugees are, the majority are women and family, I'm not sure how much I believe that. I actually attended Farnborough Tech College, I still do, which is directly opposite. And last year, my course was in the evening. Now, as a woman, as a young woman, walking past a group of men, knowing that they respect and value the same values and respect women the way we do, that's intimidating in itself. So to walk past a group of people at that time of evening, personally, I wouldn't feel safe. And it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because I think we all understand that these people, women and children, they do need somewhere to go. But I don't think that the strategies have been put in place. It's been addressed to the community by the council in a way that I see it sort of, them being able to integrate well into our community. I think it's a case of we've got to be seen to be doing something. Let's plonk them there and forget about it. 300 people in a place where, I'm sorry, not many of us are welcoming them. It's already going to cause a lot of friction. And I worry that it's going to be a case of us and them. They're not, it's, concerning.
I know what I mean. So Gemma, of course, it's important not to be too jubilant, of course, about this plan not going ahead. It only has been temporarily paused, of course, and that could mean it could still go ahead. So it's important to keep shining a light on it. But the local MP, Mr. Doherty, claimed it's the wrong place altogether. But people in response have been saying, well, that's NIMBYism. And you've already said that these people need to live somewhere. Do you think the people saying that you're just a NIMBY, do they have a point, or they don't understand your locality?
My family, 5 generations of my family have lived and worked and put money into the economy surrounding this area. You're talking, this place is located in the middle of a fully functioning community. You've got an all-girls school up the road. You've got an all-boys school down the road, privately funded. You've got a college across the road. Not do I think it's just unfair on us, but actually on them as well. They're being set up probably not in the best way for them to settle and do what they've got to do. I don't really understand, what they'll be doing on a day-to-day basis. I know from friends and family that a universal credit pay packet. People are struggling to for them to see it go from month to month with that. I mean, so these people no doubt will probably be running out of money. They'll be bored in the middle of a fully functioning community. So I just think it was quite shocking at how quickly the council made such a rash decision without informing or consulting anyone in the community. And for that reason alone, I find it worrying, because there has to be a strategy, there has to be a plan. There's a lot of people who I know, are welcoming of them. Well, these are the people that need to sort of get behind them and come, are we gonna have some sort of course to integrate them into our community, to teach them the English way? Or is it going to be a case of us having to conform to their ways, and when their children go to school, our schools, and it can't just be done overnight? That's my worry, and it's made me lose a lot of trust in the local council. And it's worrying, really worrying, that they can make such a big decision for somewhere that they've probably not grown up in, which can really affect the dynamic of our community.
Okay, thank you very much for speaking to us on GB News today. Gemma Lyons, a local mum who lives a stone's throw from that block of luxury flats in Farnborough, which has been temporarily paused, apparently, but it's one we will certainly be keeping an eye on GB News. Now, we have a Home Office spokesperson response, and they said this: "We have always been upfront about the unprecedented pressure being put on our asylum system, brought about by a significant increase in dangerous and illegal journeys into the country over recent years. The Home Office has a duty to provide safe and secure housing for asylum seekers. The site in Farnborough will house otherwise destitute families and single adult females while they await their final asylum decisions. We are continuing to work closely with Rushmore Council, as well as the local NHS and police services, to manage any impact in the area and address the local community's concerns."